Hello. My hands are feeling extra dry, so I'm gonna put this on. Sure, you've seen this around like at Whole Foods and stuff like that. It's hand salt. It is very greasy and it smells like menthol. I I don't recommend it unless you really are a diehard hippie and want to feel good about doing something good for the environment. It's just really greasy. I can't even tell if it works or not because I always have to put this on. Sometimes I feel like I need. Look, I'm almost done. The smell kind of reminds me of Tiger Balm a little bit. What do I talk about? I was doing dishes earlier and I filmed myself doing that because I saw a TikToker doing it and I wanted to see if if it could be a trend. And I had the camera back so far and it looked like I had a gap in between my teeth. And it was such a trip because I've never seen that. I do have a little thing going on right there. I used to have a labrae piercing and then it kind of messed up my tooth a little bit. I didn't get new retainers after I had my braces removed. So I need to get Invisalign or something to straighten my teeth out again. It's mostly straight. It just needs just a little tweaking. I don't know when or if that will even happen. What I really need to take care of is my back. Hopefully I'll get a back brace so that my back doesn't get even more messed up than it has been the past year. I'm going to be 38 this year. I'm 37 right now. And it's such a trip. Being almost 40, that's so weird. But I still have a few more years. I've been doing a lot of research today. I was going to make some phone calls, but today I was like, let me just chill off of the phone calls for a minute. Let me just do some research, keep it low key, make notes and things like that. So I spent the day doing that, and now I have more things to add to my to-do list for Monday. I do have some phone calls I need to make on Monday, so I'll go ahead and do that. And while I was researching, I find that scoliosis can affect a woman's menstruation and their hormones, which probably explains why I didn't have my period for the longest time. And the more research I've been doing about like my scoliosis and my health and working around the healthcare system. I have a degree, a bachelor's in finance and economics, and if I can understand all that stuff and be able to apply for unemployment and get a settlement through the civil rights department, then I can figure out the healthcare thing. But I've been so dependent on my mom scheduling my appointments for me and taking care of all my healthcare stuff because she's a nurse and that she wants to do it. So I just let her do it, and I never figured out how the whole thing works. I knew I could figure it out. I just never had the time to do it and didn't have the patience to do it. And since my mom worked in healthcare, I felt like she had more influence than I did. But I don't know if she had just as much of as a hard time as I did scheduling my appointments, but oh my God, it's been like pulling teeth. Like if you do not know what you're doing, they don't hesitate to take advantage of you. And they will purposely confuse you. Like there was one person who wanted me to change my primary care provider back to the original one, the one I had last year, and I was like, no, why in the hell would I want to do that? I changed it for a reason. And she said she wanted to do it to get me quicker appointments. And I'm like, that is such a lie. Stop lying to me. Actually, next Monday, I have my first physical therapy appointment. I have to call them ahead of time to make sure that it still exists. Because I would not be surprised if I just show up and they're like, oh, you don't have an appointment today. I would be so fucking pissed. But I gotta call and make sure it's still active. It's just been a nightmare. And I'm also nervous about the Social Security disability stuff. I was doing research on the California State Bar website and also checking out the links that the Department of Justice sent me because I made some complaints. I realized that I might need to find a Social Security disability lawyer because there were so many available and I didn't realize that it's a thing that people use regularly. It's just a lot of research. I almost feel like I'm in college again, except this is my life. It's crazy. So I spent the day doing a lot of reading, researching, taking notes. I need a refill on my medication soon, and I want to know if I can just get my primary care provider to prescribe me it, since psychologist or psychiatrist, I get the two mixed up all the time because of my freaking dyslexia. But I gotta call my health insurance and see if I could just talk to my primary care provider, since it was already prescribed to me last year, and it's working. And I like how it's not addictive. Like, I could just, not take it, even though I should be taking it every day. And it doesn't affect me like Adderall or Ritalin did. Like, those two drugs are insane. Like, I do not feel like they should be giving that to people because of how addictive it is, and the withdrawals are hell. Strateria is it's not as cool as like Adderall and stuff, but it's not addictive, and I feel like it's a good option if you had substance use disorder in the past. Like, when I got off of my Adderall and Ritalin medication, I'll be very frank with you, I started doing cocaine because I watched this 2020 episode where a college student stopped taking her ADHD meds and started doing cocaine because it was faster and easier to access than going through a doctor. And to be honest, that episode influenced me. I should start a Patreon about ADHD, like the heavy side of ADHD, just to give people a warning and stuff, because when you have it and you have these hardcore drugs prescribed to you, it's so hard to navigate through life. Like, you are so easily influenced, and I feel very lucky that I've been able to overcome my addictions. It's crazy. I feel so lucky. And I do want to share my story, but I feel like my experience is still taboo and my point of view is so taboo, and ADHD is it's a very marketable thing. Like, people talk about it, but they're always like pushing the medication and always talking about the symptoms, and not really talking about like alternative ways of coping with it. It's just everyone's pushing medication. It sucks. I'm going to end the video here. I hope this goes through. And if TikTok silences this, then it's fine. I'll just post it on YouTube. Anyways, have a good one. Bye.